Good afternoon. I'm Danielle Shenk in the 1011 Now Alert Center with this week's Lancaster Lookout. Joining me now is Lancaster County Sheriff's Chief Deputy Ben Houchin. How's it going?
Great. How are you?
Doing great. So we have a couple of cases today where LSO is asking for the public's help. Let's start with a wanted man who has quite a few warrants.
He does. Colin Runyan is 47, and he has 4 different warrants. 3 of them are possession of methamphetamine, and then one of them is possession of meth, and also possession of a deadly weapon by a prohibited individual that we worked back in 2024. And we need the public's help on locating him. We don't have any information on where he is at, but we do believe he's still in Lincoln, Lancaster County area.
Okay, and those 4 active warrants, are those felony level? Is that correct?
They are. All of them are felony. And one of the things I do want to say, and this is kind of surprising to me, he has since 2004 has been arrested on 72 warrants. And now that's not on just other cases that he got arrested. Those are on warrants themselves. And that's a pretty big number.
And does that include like failure to appear or like all new charges or kind of a mix?
Well, these aren't new charges. These are failure to appear and those kind of warrants. So he has kept law enforcement in this area very busy for quite a while. So, but again, we would love to get some information on where he's at and be able to get him into custody. And the scary thing is if he had this many warrants, he's out doing a lot of crime and making a lot of victims, and we need to get that stopped.
Mm-hmm. And so are these 4 warrants that you just mentioned also tied to the same investigation back in 2024, or?
All 3 are different ones.
Different incidents. Man,
so
he is a busy guy out there.
He is a busy guy, yes.
Is it unusual to see that many warrants tied to one person? I mean, and does that make him obviously a higher priority for authorities?
Well, those are... Usually we see 1 or 2 on people, or they'll have a felony warrant and a misdemeanor warrant. But the largest I've ever seen is an individual had 8 warrants for their arrest. And but 4 is a lot, and it's been over a time period. So he has failed to appear or done something with each one of these cases to get that individual warrant.
Mm-hmm. And so you sent a little description to me, and something that stood out was the brass knuckles. Is that, some might not know this, but is that illegal under Nebraska law to be in possession of those?
If you've been convicted of a felony, yes, it is.
All right, and so this is his latest booking photo, is that correct, that we have
correct.
up?
You bet.
How long ago was this taken, and could his appearance look a little bit different?
Well, believe it or not, sometimes when these people have warrants, they try to change their appearance by shaving their head, shaving their beards or mustaches off, or growing those. But right now, the one thing you can kind of tell on him is on his neck that there's several tattoos that are very difficult to get away. So that would be a good identifying mark.
Absolutely. And so would you say that he poses a risk to the public?
Well, there was a reason why he was carrying brass knuckles. And so on a lot of these, if you see him, don't approach him, call law enforcement, let us know where he is, and we'll come take care of the issue.
Alrighty. And so what should someone do if they do see him?
Well, Crime Stoppers, of course. Give them a call on that if they want to stay anonymous. We'll take it anyway. You can call us at our non-emergency number. You can call dispatch at the 6000. So we will take your information. Again, we have the email that's up there on our fugitive task force. So any of those ways, we'd love to hear from anybody.
Yeah, absolutely. And so now we'll kind of talk about the second case. This one is a burglary at Millard Lumber.
It is, and it's a quite interesting case. It occurred, the first one, crime occurred on January 9th, and we have some video up that we'd like to show everybody. You can tell they're masked up and they have gloves on, but they don't seem very concerned. They were walking through there like they were supposed to be there.
Yeah, that's kind of what I thought too.
Yeah,
so I was like, they look like they belong there.
Yeah, and like they know where they are going to. We have not been able to, we've been working with the business, and we have not been able to identify them as for any of them knowing who those are. But boy, that's pretty brazen to just walk in there and be like that.
And so when and what time of day did you say that this occurred?
They were there for about an hour, from
Okay.
3 a.m. to 4 p.m., going around and getting tools. They got paint sprayers, saws, nail guns, just a whole multitude of tools.
Now, was this you said 3 a.m. or 3 p.m.?
3 a.m.
So pretty early.
Yeah.
Do you have an estimated value of the stolen items? And was any property damaged as they were getting in, or?
There was no damage to any doors. I don't know if all the doors were secure, but they got away with about $7,500 worth of tools from there. So yeah, if anybody, the one gentleman, as you were watching, he kind of has a distinct walk, I would like to say, the larger one of the two. So if you could, anybody could tell that part of it, and we certainly would love to have any information on this one.
Yeah, and I think when they're walking back, they may have their faces covered as well, so
They're masked up.
Already. And so do investigators believe the suspects are local or have any connections to other cases potentially?
Well, we also, on February 2nd, a 2020 van owned by Millard Lumber got stolen also. And so I don't know if they are the same or what, but they entered the office and took the keys for that van and then stole the van, and it's worth about $35,000. So they weren't there very long, and they knew exactly where the keys were. So again, we don't know if it's the same individuals, but there's certainly a possibility, since they seem to know that location very well and be able to know where items are, because finding keys isn't always the easiest thing in the world, and it didn't take them very long.
Yeah, and I imagine this Millard Lumber building is pretty massive. You know, lots of different areas that they can have access to. Now, does this seem to maybe be targeted or random, that they kind of maybe had been watching this spot?
Like I said, it kind of makes you think that at least they've had an idea, or somebody has told them very well of where everything is and where to go. I would probably even go that they've been in there before, the way they're acting now. That doesn't mean 100%, but it certainly seems that they know what they're doing.
Mm-hmm. Did they have a vehicle involved that you know of with this?
Yeah, we did not have any description of a vehicle in this one, other than when the van was stolen.
Absolutely. And so once again, how can viewers help?
The exact same way. Calling in Crime Stoppers if you want to stay anonymous. You can give us a call at 441-6500, and you can call dispatch or anything. Like I said, we'll take it any way we can. The
tips remain anonymous, so that can be big as well.
Oh, very big. Yes, very big on people, because it's amazing sometimes. People get in spats, and sometimes people tell on each other and don't want to let it known, but they want to get that information going. And sometimes family members know somebody's doing wrong, but really don't want to blow up the whole family, so they can give information that way too. Yeah,
so of course, we'll have this video attached to this video and circulate it on social media to hopefully help LSO out. And then Colin is just one of a few on the wanted list for Lancaster Lookout.
Yeah, and if they go and they look at that, and if they see any of those people, we certainly will take the information and run with it on that too. It doesn't just have to be the one we're highlighting this month.
Yeah, absolutely. So anything, this morning there was, I asked you about it when you popped in, but you said you might not know too much about it. The officer-involved shooting, Lancaster County, maybe some vehicles out there helping, but you said maybe investigators out there?
Well, we had some of our crime scene techs. One of the great things with us in the Lincoln Police Department, we work very well together, and in these major events, not always does one agency have enough personnel to handle everything. And so we're more than happy to help, and they've helped us on numerous cases. So whatever they ask and whatever they need, we will certainly assist them and keep our partnership strong, as it has been for a lot of years. And we do that also with the Nebraska State Patrol a lot on any of those kind of instances. We're real lucky to have 4 with UNL, great agencies here working for the citizens.
Yeah, I'm trying to keep the capital city safe. So anything else that you want to mention here?
Today, a basketball game's at 6 o'clock, and to make sure everybody just knows, that's kind of rush hour time, too, for people trying. So everybody just please stay patient, and you'll get there. And if an accident happens, you're going to be 10 times longer. So make sure everybody just plays a smart, leave with plenty of time so that you're not in a rush trying to get there.
Yeah, and keep the phones down. I think I saw a woman earlier today driving, and it was about right in front of her face, and I was like, you're going to cause an accident driving that way.
That is so scary, and we do see it all the time. And, you know, in Nebraska, it's a secondary offense. And so if I just see somebody doing that and they're not doing anything against the law, we can't stop them. We have to have a primary offense to stop them and then deal with that. And, you know, we have gone to the legislation and talked about making it a primary, and at this point in time, they have not been able to get that through.
Yeah, I was the latest maybe update or push for that last year, or I feel like that was somewhat recent.
Yeah, it was at least 2 years because I've testified before on that, on what we see from those and, you know, car accidents and things like that. And the sad thing is it has caused several fatality accidents, and there's some loved ones that are pushing pretty hard that have gone through a horrible experience and trying to get that legislation through.
I think the Ceresco police officer situation is the first to come to mind with that. I think the man who was responsible was sentenced to a couple months in jail or maybe even more. Can't remember his name, but yeah, just stay off the phones. Try to stay safe this afternoon.
Yeah, there's no message you need to answer. It's so bad to put people's lives in danger.
Yeah, absolutely. All right. Thanks for joining us here today, Chief Deputy Houchin.
Thank you so much for having me.
All righty. So stay tuned to our website, follow us on all our social media, and download our Roku app for the latest news of the day. From our newsroom to wherever you are, we'll see you on the next stream.
1011 News is everywhere. Download our smart TV apps and follow us on social media at 1011 News.